Hi folks, TechTucker here, and in today's video we have something that we don't normally do here. I have a big box here. You may be wondering, why have I got a big box? Well, long story short, I bought the remaining stock of a closing video game store. Well, I say video game store, it was part video game store. It was the Geek Hut in Berwick upon Tweed. They unfortunately closed at the end of October there, so I reached out and asked if they had any leftover stock, hoping for some retro goodies here and there, but ultimately they'd already made the deal with another shop for most of that, but I managed to get what was left at a very good price. So without further ado, let's get this open and I'll show you guys what we've got. Okay, so I've opened the top half just for the reason that, what was it? It had my address on it. So I've not actually checked this out yet. Star Wars Legion. Wookiee Warriors expansion. Huh. I think I've just had, there must, oh, I think it's not that. I know exactly what that is. But yeah, you can see lots of video games here. And all in, this box cost £250. So again, quite a lot here. Yeah, let's dig in. Alright guys, so having a look at these piles here, that's my knee. I'm sat on the floor and it is currently like 2 AM. I decided to sit and go through all these games, kind of weigh up my options as to what's better to sell to directly CEX, what's good for eBay, bundles, things like that. And of course what I plan to keep, which is still kind of pending. So this pile right here, this massive pile, again, mostly just lower value games. Stuff that I would rather just take to CEX, get a quick voucher, because even then, I still count voucher towards profit, because what you can do is buy something like a more high quality title, something like that people are actually looking for, you know, voucher price, and you could sell that on, or you could get a heavy hitter title for your collection. I'm on the fence about what to do here. With these games more at the top, so the 8-Bit Invaders upwards, there are games that I kind of added into the pile last minute. Reason being, I weighed up my options, what's better for these ones, eBay or CEX voucher. Ultimately, the voucher price was just too tempting in comparison with the eBay prices. For example, like Trails of Cold Steel 2, that sells for about £15. But after fees, the cost of postage, supplies, bubble wrap, you know, jiffy bags, whatever you want to use, I typically try to recycle stuff that I get in the mail, but when that's not an option, you know, I do run out sometimes. Again, it cancels it out, and after all that, you're ultimately just worthwhile getting a £12 voucher compared to probably getting like £10 to £12 cash. It would depend, you know. I usually try and put best offer on as well to help things move a little quicker, especially with this big pile. Again, I don't want it sitting taking up too much space, so these tiles up here are there for that reason. Devil May Cry was definitely one that's going to be a voucher, but it's because it has a lenticular cover. Thought it's maybe worth a bit more. It is maybe like £1 or £2 more, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this and keep the sleeve for myself. I do have the special edition on the Series X, so again, it's still Xbox, still Devil May Cry, so why not keep this sleeve for free? Similar with Sniper Contracts 2, the eBay price, again, listings are like £27, £25, so it looks optimistic. When you actually go into the sold listings, you're looking at more so £10 to £15, and for £12 voucher, I believe off the top of my head, you're just as well getting that as well. Considering a lot of the money is probably just going to go back into the collection anyways, which is why CEX voucher is, you know, more worthwhile in my opinion. Tropical 5 as well, again, sells for like a £5, but again, factoring in that, you'd still make like £1 or £2, and when you've got a bigger deal like this, that ultimately is chump change. Not really interested in, you know, spending the time to make like £2-3 on a title. It's just not worth it. So I have these 2 copies of Forza Horizon 4 here because the discs are not in the best condition. I think CEX could still take them, but if I can get that out one-handed. Fucking hell, I cannot do that. There we go. You can still see some like paw marks, some light surface scratches. Again, I know CEX can be quite particular with scratches and that on their you know, Blu-ray discs and that. This one is kind of similar. I'm just not 100% convinced to take them. Yeah, you can see some more scratches there. Yeah, nothing deep, so it shouldn't be an issue, I don't imagine, but I've excluded them from my... I've done a voucher total with these, including these excluded, just to manage that expectation. But yeah, not any duplicates in here other than Far Cry 5. There is 2 copies, and I already have Far Cry 5 on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox. So again, I'm not really keen to hoard a collection of whatever you call it, Far Cry 5. There were some games in here that I considered keeping as well, like Injustice 2, but there's a complete edition, so I'd rather have that. Already got Forza Horizon 4 myself. WWE 2K22, got that on the PS5. Borderlands 3, again, I already own on Steam, and I have a sealed Xbox copy over there. So yeah, it's just some of these. Rhyme, for example, I've got on Switch. Brothers is one I was on the fence about, but I still might change my mind on that one. Probably not, though. Dishonored 2 I've already got, so yeah, that's my thinking behind that. These 2 games, not worth a toss. It's basically a free coaster at this point, paperweight even. You know, got my bottle of water here. You know, that's what it's good for at this point. And Wolfenstein 3D is just an empty case. Likelihood is I'm never gonna get the disc for that. I'm likely just gonna bin that. If I don't, I'll put a message on the screen here. And then this here, Pokemon White. This one I did, you know, I factored in. You know, you might think this is a great win, but when I saw the images of this cartridge right here, I was not convinced it was legitimate in any way. I mean, it looks passable. Like, I don't think it's a super obvious fake, this one. The Nintendo font there, it looks a little off on camera, but when you look at it in person, it looks better. But the biggest giveaway is the motherboard does not have like wee numbers on it. Authentic cartridges do. I do have a screenshot saved, so I'll show that next to this one as well, just for the sake of comparison. If it can focus, maybe I'll do it over here. Yeah, for the sake of comparison, I will show that as well. But yeah, my brother is keeping this anyways, as he did go halfers on this bundle with me. So my plan is to get the CX credit, split it somehow, whether he orders something online or I do, or spend it in store, whatever it is. But this is all legitimate inserts for Pokemon White as well. So again, it's a good purchase to have just the case. Pokemon cases themselves sell decently, but yeah. With that, that's something he's keeping, and he's not really interested in anything else in this bundle. But what am I keeping, you may ask? So, provisionally, I've put Dragon Ball Z Kakarot here. I have it on the Xbox, but this is more of a game I could see myself playing on PlayStation as opposed to that platform, and my copy isn't sealed. So, but then I know there's a PS5 version, so I'll probably end up chucking it in the trade pile. I'm going to hold on to it just for now. Crackdown 3 just isn't worth anything. I don't have it. It's an Xbox exclusive, so one that's worth having in the collection. And I know Crackdown 1 and 2 are both really good games. I know 3 didn't get as well received. I know Terry Crews is like the main guy in it, and it's sealed, so I would have got 40p voucher, so I'm just going to keep that. And then the game that I knew I wanted to keep, Geometry Wars, either it's Cubed or 3, Dimensions Evolved. Again, Sierra, not a name you see too often these days. I am quite happy to keep this one. I remember my oldest brother playing Geometry Wars like on the Xbox 360 arcade, so again, I want to give it a shot myself. Never actually played it. And it's an NTSC copy. It's not got too much value, about £10-20 maybe on eBay on a good day, but usually it does sell below a tenner from what I've seen. So yeah, I'm quite happy to keep this one. Yeah, at this point it will essentially be free once I sell everything. Because yeah, this pile here is either going to be £140 voucher or £160. So I'll be trading that in hopefully tomorrow. And then this stuff here is what I want to sell on for cash profit. And there is a heavy hitter title which has some decent value, so stay tuned to see what that is. It is not Star Wars Legion Warhammer. But yes, the reason I've got this in 2 separate piles. This one here actually I'm keeping. I don't know why I've left that in the pile. It is just an Unravel 2 cartridge only. I'm just going to keep that. It's not got much value, like £5 to £10 if you're lucky. So yeah, I'll just hold on to it. Unravel's a game I've kind of wanted to try someday, so yeah, I'll just have it in the collection. But yeah, aside from that, this pile here, at the very minimum, I do think it will make about £250 cash at the very minimum. But that other item there is a heavy hitter and will pretty much be It'll be a slow seller, I reckon, but once it sells, quids in. But some of this will be fast sellers, like Pokemon Brilliant Diamond I expect will sell pretty quickly. Pokemon Y as well. I did clean this the other day because it was quite a dirty copy. I think it's cleaned up very well. The only thing that's not cleaned is the label itself is stained. So I would anticipate between £15 and £20 on eBay for this based on other sold listings, which is crazy because a year ago I bought the boxed version of this for like £20 on the dot. So yep, times are changing. But Pokemon Brilliant Diamond is the fact it's sealed, so again, should hopefully commission a little more. Low end I'm expecting £20, but I'm going to try and maybe get a premium since it's close to Christmas time and that for potentially £30. Wasteland 2 Director's Cut, maybe £10 to £20. I try to estimate on the lower end just so I'm not being unrealistic. But sometimes you do sell things for a premium, so again, it just depends on your luck in the day as well. Truberbrook, that's the one that I'm kind of speculating on. CEX don't give a lot of credit for that one, but sealed copies, it's very uncommon. There's only a couple of listings on eBay, and the sold ones that I saw with sealed could go up to like £20 to £30. So again, I'm gonna bear that in mind. Melbit's World again is one I'm speculating on a bit. Very uncommon. There's like one active list on eBay as well. CX give like £8 credit, which is decent. It's just an uncommon title, so I'll show the cover for that one actually. It's like a Playlink game as well. Again, they were charging £10 for it. The guy I bought it from, cutest challenge, whatever it is. Again, not something that I've considered keeping it, but I don't realistically see myself ever playing it. God Eater 3, again, I have it on the Switch. With a voucher price, it was like £4, but this game's selling anywhere from like £10 to £20, so put that in the pile as opposed to a £4 voucher. Atelier Lede and Suel, that one's selling approximately £25 to £27 sealed on eBay, and CEX gave a £12 voucher, so you bet I'm going with eBay for that one. Divinity as well can sell about £25 sealed, which this one is, and CEX give like £16 voucher, so again, for that extra money, just as well doing that. Jump Force, both of those are sealed as well. Jump Force on the PlayStation 4 sealed can sell for about £30 at the minute, which is really good. To move it quickly, I could list it for 20. But yeah, I think for that one I'm going to try and charge the premium price because it is sealed. It does have a rip in the seal, but again, it's still sealed at the end of the day, so yeah. Same with Jump Force on the Xbox One, but it sells for a bit less. I have a copy of it on Switch, and that's the one I'm going to hold on to. I think that's the one that's going to hold its value, even if it is technically the worst version of the game. But yeah, that one will probably sell for approximately £20. And Dead or Alive 6, the CX give about £6 credit, so decent. If those were standard copies, they'd be in that pile. However, since they are the Steelbook editions of the game, they sell for a bit more. PS4 one more so as well, about £20 to £30, £30 on a good day. Xbox One probably get about 20 for it. Again, out of all these, it's hard to say if it'll move quickly. I believe Divinity should move relatively quick. That's a popular game. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond I don't think will stick around too long, nor Pokemon Y. Since some of these are relatively like obscure JRPG type games, they might take a little while to budge, but that's fine. I'm not in any immediate rush to get my money back. I did use just some disposable income, so I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. Bills are paid at the end of the day. But yeah, that's me there. And then with this bundle here, this is something I'm going to try and sell as a collection. Again, each of these games are worth about anywhere from about, say, £5 to £15. I'm going to try and sell it as a VR bundle. I think that'll just have a bit more incentive. Some of the games are sealed. Blood and Truth, that Astrobot is sealed there. I've got another one in the CEX pile. But yeah, altogether, hopefully get about £50, because with all those together for that price, again, it's a bit of a discount compared to full RRP. And with a couple of them being sealed, I think that's a sweet deal. So I intend to do that. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like bare minimum, I'm expecting like 250. On a great day, perhaps 300, 350 for this pile. That would be sweet. But I am trying to temper my expectations there. So for £250 all in, let's say I sell this, all this for really good prices, £350. Get everything sold here, £160 voucher. And that's not even including the heavy hitter title that is hiding in this box, which you'll see a clip on shortly. Yeah, you're looking at a very solid £500 all in for that if it's sold like that. Low end, again, all this, all good condition. Most of it is sealed, so I'm going to unseal most of that and keep that sleeve cover on Devil May Cry 5. Looking at £150, £140 voucher right off the bat just to get started, and it moves a lot of this stuff that just isn't really worth selling on eBay because it would either be very slow sellers, or not only that, they don't sell for much. It's there's nothing really with much value here other than some of the games at the top here. Again, Sniper Elite V2 is opened, so it is not worth selling on eBay because it can sell from like £11 to £15 normally opened, and it could sell for a bit more, like £20, but the voucher price £16 is more than fair, I would say, so it's better off just going there. So that's my justification for putting this to CEX against this for the cash, and then that heavy hitter tile there. What I plan to keep, again, it's not much. I thought I would have kept a bit more. I was interested in some of the VR games, but to be perfectly honest with that, I'm not gonna pick up a PS4 VR. If I were to get one, it would probably be one for PC, and I don't see myself getting PS5 VR or PSVR 2, whatever it's called. Not really my jam, and my brother's getting to keep a Pokemon White box. So yeah, now you can see the clip of the game. Now that we've had a look at the box with all those games there, you may be wondering, $250 for all that, still a decent deal, but what really made this a fantastic deal? It was this Star Wars Legion, Warhammer set. That's not actually the Warhammer, or I think it's Warhammer, but I'm just gonna open this box because what's inside this box that needed the extra protection is what makes it worthwhile. Give me one sec. Here we go. I've now opened that up. This is bubble wrapped because it's a high value item. So shut that down. And we have here what I believe to be a very heavy hitting boxed Game Boy game. And it is Kingdom Crusade on the Game Boy. So with this one, I'm not sure if this actually got a PAL release, but box, this one is quite rare. Box is in decent shape. I've seen worse Game Boy games boxed. Having a look, box is definitely authentic at the very least, so I'm happy about that. Yeah, you can see some like bumps in that, but sold listings on eBay. This plastic has seen better days. In terms of the condition, it's not that great, but as long as it has everything it needs. So that's that. I'll put the box aside there for a moment. The plastic is a bit broken up, but the manual here, the manual looks to be in good condition overall, which is a big part of that. With the casing of the Game Boy, I believe, that's relatively disposable. It's the manual and the cartridge it isn't. 3, 5, just checking all the page numbers. Yep, manual's in nice condition here as well. And then I'll show you guys the cartridge. Let's see if it's got like a code. USA, yes. So I don't think this one did get a PAL release. You'll see there, it does say USA. I'm gonna open this up. It looks like a very clean cartridge. Sold listings on eBay, there isn't many. Made in Japan, yeah, it looks legit, all looks good. Pins look pretty clean as well. I'll open it up and confirm the authenticity of this game, but boxed like this, the only sold listing on eBay is approximately £140. This is a little cracked and broken there, but ultimately I should be able to get a large chunk of my money back from this game alone. I have went halfers with this lot with my brother. But yeah, this game, overall I'm happy with that. £50 for this one all in. So it was a bit riskier, but with the sold listing there's only one active on eBay for that same price. I thought it's a pretty safe bet. £50 at the very least I think will be easy to get back with this one. Box is a little worse than I anticipated, but the cartridge and the manual are a lot nicer than I thought they were going to be, so that's a big win right there. So yep, just going to pop that back in very carefully. I think I'll get this one a box protector before I do anything else with it. But yeah, Kingdom Crusade, very solid score with this one. So that was an overview of the game store bundle that I bought. Very good haul. I went to CEX, I took that big pile as I said I would. Got £141 voucher, which is great. They did not take the 3 copies of Forza Horizon 4, I thought one was in good shape, apparently not. And there was a Madden 17 in there that they also didn't take, so I actually went to Cash Generators after I went to Glasgow Gaming Market, and I sold the copies there. Got £19 for 3 of them and the Madden, which I'm happy with. So that's in the cash, £141 voucher. Literally only need to make like £90 back to basically break even, which I think is fantastic. And with that Game Boy game sitting there, I'll show, you know, additional footage of what I've still got left to sell. You know, I can definitely get that money back, no problem. Whatever I get after that will be entirely profit. So as I say, I have kept the Dragon Ball Z Kakarot on the PS4 for now. I have it on Xbox. I might still sell it down the line. We'll see. Definitely keeping the Geometry Wars here. Decided to keep Crackdown 3 out of that bundle because it's £1. It's not really worth selling and I don't have it. And it's a console exclusive. And lastly, I did keep the unboxed copy of Unravel 2. So the rest will be going up on eBay more than likely. As the Christmas period approaches, hopefully we'll get some quick sales. If not, you know, I can afford to sit and wait. But I'm very pleased with the bundle. Let me know what you thought. Would you have bought all these games at £250? Do you think that's too much? Or just let me know what your thoughts are. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please do like, share and subscribe. And of course, I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks and goodbye.